Yeah, so ladies and jelly beans, well, I'm hoping that you can tell me a bit more about this than the extent of my knowledge, which ain't that great, I've got to tell you. It's a Peavey Raptor, as we can see, strap copy, but well, let's have a look in a minute and see if you can tell me. So have a listen to a tune first. Let's go. So pickup time, and starting with the noisy selection, and we're starting with the bridge. Onto the position between the bridge and the centre. Into the centre. And Oh, look at that. And into the position between the centre and the neck. And you can hear that, certainly as we work our way along that blade switch, you really can hear it darkening up. So onto the neck finally. Okay, so it cleans up. And so starting with the bridge like we do. And onto the position between the bridge and the centre. Or one of the hum cancelling positions as they are also known. We'll now move into the centre, and I can't help, I'm afraid it's like Tourette's with me, that every time I move into the centre position with a Stratocaster type guitar, it always reminds me of the words that Leo Fender famously said, was that the bridge pickup was for lead, the neck pickup was for rhythm, and the centre pickup was normal. And it makes me want to do inverted air commas, but I'm going to try to resist the temptation. Into the centre, normal. And into the second hum cancelling position, which is between the centre and the neck. And onto the neck. I'll tell you what, I've played worse famous make guitar. Not that Peavey's not famous, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's have a look round. So, I don't know about you, but I find it really difficult to look at any white Strat-shaped guitar without thinking about the maestro Jimi Hendrix, because he was always famous for playing what I believe that the colour was called Olympic white, but this is Olympic or some other Greek variety of white, I'm not entirely sure. However, this is quite interesting. So, it's a Strat copy, year unknown. Some of you guys might know, so please feel free to chip in if you do. So let's have a look from stem to stern. Certainly a maple neck. You've got a couple of string trees there. We can see that it's the Peavey Raptor trademarked name. Which always strikes me a little bit odd when you're very clearly copying a different guitar. So we've got rosewood fingerboard, certainly 21 frets, absolutely definitely, 3 pickups and a 5-position blade switch, 2 tones, 1 volume, as per, standard fare really for one of these, isn't it? The body, I would guess it's going to be basswood or poplar agathis or some, medium wood or another. I suspect that this was a budget guitar because I reckon it was made in Vietnam, and the clue with it being made in Vietnam is that it's got a great big sticker on the back that does in fact tell us that it was made in Vietnam. The reason I suspect it was a budget guitar was because of those capped tuners, very, very much like your Antoria Gibson knockoffs from the 70s. So it could be quite old. Now, interestingly, when you type in that serial number, let you have a look. You type in that serial number into the Peavey website, tell me when my product was made, it will tell you from that serial number that it was made in 1979. How rather interesting. Which of course would tie in with the old Antoria Ibanez kind of age that matches with the cat's tuners, I guess. However, if you type in the serial number from, if I can get that into a position where you can see it, if you type in that serial number from the neck plate, it tells you 1995 or later. So, mystery to me, I really don't know. But what I can tell you is this, is that it plays really well. It plays really well and it sounds really nice. And the single coil pickups are each popping out, just knocking on the door of 6 with 3 in the in-between cancelling positions. And I don't suppose that they're expensive. But, and this is just coming for a restring and a bit of a setup. And by the way, it's fabulous. And I've played significantly more expensive guitars that have not been anywhere near the build quality of this. The frets are all absolutely, in terms of being level, they're absolutely bang on. The intonation is perfect. The string height is so easy to achieve. That's 1.25. The lovely electric guitar sweet spot of 1.25, and it will, if you really wanted it to, you could probably make it go a little bit lower. I think, let's have a look, there might be a little nick or two in the neck pocket. And by the way, you know, if you ever do see these little nicks in the neck pocket, it's not a biggie, you know. I mean, generally speaking, it's a little stress fracture in the paint finish rather than anything horrible. Your guitar is not going to fall apart, so really don't. Some people don't like it because it doesn't look nice, but I don't. Can you see it now? Exactly. So it may affect resale value, I guess, but probably not really by much. So certainly, so we've got, I reckon, a 1979 or possibly 1995 Peavey Raptor. There's probably, actually, I should have had a look on the Peavey wiki page, because there's probably a date when the Raptors started. So that would give me a better clue, but I didn't look at that, only just thought of it now. So, lovely, dead easy to play, brilliant guitar, and doesn't feel as big as a regular Strat, so it might be good for somebody with, you know, smaller dimensions. I'm not making any assumptions here. So with all of that said, I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. This was absolutely a joy to play. It was a joy to work on as well, don't mind telling you. So that's it from me, and I shall bid you a fond farewell. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.